A new Hill-HarrisX poll finds Vice President Kamala Harris's approval numbers remain underwater but steady at 43% support, with 50% disapproving of her as VP. On Monday, Harris announced new investment commitments of $1.2 billion from various private companies, including PepsiCo, MasterCard, and Cargill, to help address the root causes of migration from Central America. Take a look.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, today we mark an important milestone. 6 months ago, we launched a call to action for businesses to invest in Central America. 6 months ago, 12 people were around this table. Today, we have 77 partners who are here and virtually here, with 1,300 more businesses, civil society leaders who are watching this conversation and this convening. 6 months ago, we had a commitment of $750 million. Today, we have a commitment of over $1.2 billion.
Wow, she really solved the immigration problem.
I'm not quite sure that a lack of U.S. business involvement in Central America is the thing that was caused.
Yeah, I don't. It's very weird. Her heart's not in it. You can tell her heart's not in it, right?
She's like, why do I have to deal with this?
Right. She's not announcing something that anyone on Earth cares about or thinks is important or matters.
Like PepsiCo, like fudging some numbers to say that it's changing. It's like they were already
we have plenty of money is not the issue.
Right.
Or whatever
private company investment in Central America.
Yeah.
Like the reason that we have destabilized their countries for a century is so that we can have cheap labor for U.S. investment. It's called dollar diplomacy. Like this is like, what are you doing?
Yeah. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki had this to say concerning Harris and her communications with leaders in Central America.
Okay, another topic. Is Vice President Harris still in charge of addressing the root causes of migration from El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala?
She is, and I just announced a commitment that she's announcing this afternoon.
So then why is it that she has not spoken to the president of Guatemala since June? That's 6 months.
Well, I know that I did see this kind of strange report from the president of Guatemala saying that he's had no contact with the White House, which is inaccurate.
He didn't say why. He said Vice President Harris. He has not spoken to her. And if she's in charge, why is that?
Well, we have had a range of conversations, Peter, I think as reflected in our readout we put out last week with our National Security Advisor, with the Vice President's National Security Advisor, with our NSC Senior Director, Juan Gonzalez. We put out an extensive readout of that just last week, and we'll continue that high level of engagement.
Very high levels of engagement. The Vice President won't accept this guy's friend request, but they're totally, she's working very hard, very diligently at fixing the...
Guatemalan president needs to pay closer attention to U.S. politics. Like, just because she was appointed to this task does not mean she's taking seriously this task. And look, he gets to talk to the national security staff, and he gets to talk to other lower level officials in the White House. She's basically, who does he think he is? Is kind of like the response. What's wild though, you're Kamala Harris. You've been given this impossible task. There are two things you can do about it. One, you can not bother with it and complain about it constantly in the press that you have to deal with it.
Right.
Or you could actually try to do something about it and come out of it with saying she was given this impossible task and look what she accomplished with it. Like that's another option you could take. Might not work, but the other is sort of guaranteed not to work.
Yeah, none of these efforts of people, on her team trying to, back conversations with reporters to try to game the narrative and come out on top, it has only hurt her. Right. And it only ever does. You can't convince, if you successfully plant a story with a reporter to make yourself look good, everyone realizes that's what you did, and so then it blows up in your face anyway. Then you look desperate for adulation, which she is.
Right, and woe is me, I have to deal with all of these intractable problems when all I want to be is President of the United States. Like, shockingly, there's not a whole lot of sympathy for that position out there.
Yeah.
So according to the White House, Vice President Harris congratulated Xiomara Castro on her historic victory as Honduras' first female president in a telephone call on Friday and discussed ways to deepen ties with the Central American country. Okay, so that's something.
Is that Xiomara's sign with she was like crossing her like an X or something?
She should.
I don't know if that was an official trademarked.
If I were her, I would do that. I mean, if you're rocking that, if you've got it, go with it. She, of course,
if you're rocking it, going with it. Yes. Go with it. Ryan, something you say all the time.
There you go. I do say that all the time. She, of course, is the wife of the former Honduran President Manuel Zelaya, progressive, who was ousted in a military coup with some tenuous support from elements of the United States.
Some tenuous support from me, as we discussed
yes,
in your radar the other day. I'm on the fence about this one.
Yes, and also, correction to our previous thing, you had said Chavez supported him. I said, I think he's dead by then. No, he was still alive.
I was right.
Yes,
I was right.
Robbie,
Thank you.
Robbie was right. Chavez didn't die until like 2013 or so. It's, time, it's a flat circle, especially when you're dealing with Central and South America and U.S. involvement in overthrowing their presidents.
It feels like it could be any decade. If I need more. When you're like, the time we overthrew that president, I need more than that.
Which time?
Yeah.
Which Honduran president? Yes. Anyway, we will have more Rising right after this.